Well, I finally did it. I bought something on Facebook Marketplace. Check this thing out. And it sounds good. Sounds like it's got a good cam. Was told that it was a fully built motor, runs on both E85 and pump gas. I reached out to the builder, Show Me Racing, and talked to the guys there. They remembered the car. It had a really ridiculous build motor in it. The guy had copies of the receipts, tens of thousands of dollars of really high dollar parts. Even sent me some cool videos, some photos. Now initially, it had these pictures here that you see, and that's his own C6 behind it. Showed 41,000 miles. The Carfax did show that it had a lot of different owners. The car ended up in Louisiana and then up in the Missouri. Interior didn't look bad. It really didn't. Has the AEM Infinity standalone, A&A Vortex supercharger system, Pro Charger. He had replaced the carbon wide body quarter panels, he said, because it got damaged while it was at a dealership. Kind of just looked over the invoices, talked to Show Me Speed, and thought I was getting into something that was going to be a really solid performing car. And the goal for this car is that it's a track car. Now, obviously, something with a supercharger and this kind of power doesn't make for a great road racing car, but it'd be nice to be able to at least detune it. But looking at the build sheet and the engine and the transmission and the billet clutch and all the other good parts it has in it, the monster clutch, I should say, I thought I was getting into something that was going to be stout. And then he sends me this video. Check out this video. It's pretty badass, and it really pushed me over the edge to purchase this car. Well, it comes with great sadness I have to make this video because it came at a substantial cost. But this is why you do not buy a Corvette Z06 on Facebook Marketplace from across the country without flying there to take a look at it first. And this is one of those things where, you know what? You get what you pay for. Well, I didn't this time. And it is most definitely a piece of shit. What I thought I was buying was a Pro Charge built motor Corvette Z06. Well, it's got a Pro Charger on it. Yep, sure does. And it's got Spall fans on it and a nice DeWitt radiator. Sure does. But what it does have is zip ties holding everything together,
But wait, there's more. And I can keep saying that, and I haven't even got past the front axle yet. Engine is leaking oil everywhere. There's a spark plug up there that is not even plugged in. Let's see if we can see it. There it is, right there. Yep. It's just dripping out of the drain plug. And yeah, let's go a little further back. So we've got a nice gathering of some kind of plugs there for something, probably O2 sensors. But check this out, exposed wires, and they're just dangling underneath. These have already melted. Yeah, those are bad. This harness here is completely melted, broken apart. And this is going into an Infinity, AEM Infinity. Up there on the top, we have more BS going on up there. That's pretty bad. This wiring harness is just coming out of here. It's dangling some more. I mean, there's a little promise here. I mean, it's got a billet flywheel. So that's some goodness. I don't know what kind of headers these are. It's supposed to have a brand new clutch, triple disc clutch. It's quote out of adjustment. But I don't know. This exhaust is hanging like way too low. It should be tucked up underneath here. These are definitely not the right bolts to have in there because they're dragging the ground. Melted zip ties, melted wires. Let's get to the back of the car. This is exciting. Okay, so there's the battery cable that's coming out of the trunk. But guess where the ground wire is? The ground wire is right here. And it's riding on the half shaft. How amazing is that? But then, you know, when you turn around, you start looking at, okay, there's more wires over here. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place with the flashlight. Guess what these two copper lines are? They're not even copper. It's that shitty stuff you get from O'Reilly's. And it's over here getting smashed against the torque tube. But then when you get over here, look at this copper line. It's going right through the coilover. And it's not supported. It's just in there. It's banging around. It just flexes. Yeah. This is banging around. It's pinched up here at the top. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, my arms are getting tired. But this is junk, man. This is junk. And you go from a 3-inch exhaust to a 2.5. Yeah, that's some high performance shit there. Muffler's like resting on the sway bar. I mean, what do you need exhaust hangers for when you got a sway bar to hold it, right? I mean, but wait, there's more wiring hanging down here. I'm sure y'all getting dizzy as fuck, but you get the point. Never do something as stupid as I did and buy a Corvette on Facebook Marketplace and not go look at the car. Because here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send the guy a nice little letter, and I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna hand it over to my attorney, because this was definitely deceptive, because the videos and the photos that he sent with this are a really sad representation. Let me lower the car and show it to you. So let's look at the car from the top. This is the condition that it arrived in. It had a dead battery. And yeah, this is the wiring. Check this out. That's some quality shit. That's for the fuel pump. And there's the little black and white wire are just laid down in the passenger seat, and that runs the switch that, guess what? Check this shit out. I can't make this up. Look at this. Imagine, no wonder it died when I was, at the car wash and this got wet. Oh man, I can't make this shit up at all. That's just some shit work. It really is. I mean, at one time this is probably a great car. I mean, I spoke to the guys at Show Me Speed. They had built this car at one point in time. I mean, in the pictures it looked clean enough. But, yeah, how old are those pictures? Yeah, check out that wire. It's sitting right over there. That's what you turn the fuel pump on with. Then we get to the engine. Oh, man, look at this engine. Look at this engine. So what we're supposed to have here is a 6-liter cast iron block, long rod, and until I get this out of here, I've got no hope that that's what it really is. With a Pro Charger. And why would you put all that money in a car like this and still run the OEM stock master cylinder for the clutch? Now it's got the cool hood vents. Gotta say that. And while the license plate bracket hole, whatever, in the front end has been filled in, it's cracking. And it does have the AEM Infinity, which is a great ECU. And we got the old school Vortec V1. I don't even know if that's an S trim, T trim, whatever trim. Eddie Murphy said we'd like to get some trim. But this is what we're looking at. Stock throttle body, stock intake. Now, it does have the 248 heads, or 243 heads, excuse me. I can't see, I'm dyslexic, duh. I do have the cathedral port heads. So, maybe there's some hope in the engine. But right now, I don't have any hope in this car. And it's got the black wheels squared all the way around. Not a fan, not happy. And yeah. So, about to make a really nice phone call to Homie Claus. And the condition of the seats isn't bad. It's just, man, I'm telling you what. This is not for what I paid for it. Not at all.
So what would you do? You buy a car from across the country, a guy delivers it in a junk truck, throwing the carbon parts in the bed. You end up having to drive 3 hours to go get it because his truck won't make it. And you bought this for your girlfriend so she'd have a great track day car. What would you do? Do you sue the seller? Do you just suck it up and tear the car down and rebuild it? Leave a comment. I would love to know. Thank you and have a blessed day.